Hey, you guys. Well, here we are in the garage. Um, I've had lots of people say over the last year or so, "What's in the garage?" Or want me to, you know, go through boxes of books and stuff like that with you guys. So I actually did get some books yesterday, a few boxes, 9 altogether. And I've already gone through a few of them. And then I thought, you know what? I think I can do this. So I went and got my laptop. I set up the webcam and I thought I would just make I don't know how long this is going to be, but I thought it might be kind of fun to just go through them and sort of let you know, like, how I deal with them, like what I think about when I'm going through these boxes and how I determine, like, what I want to keep and use for my own stuff, and what I want to potentially pass on to you guys, or books that I think would be better to just gut them and use the covers or whatever. So I'll just kind of go through some of this stuff and kind of let you know um, what my criteria is. um, and I also had a couple of boxes of books. There's about 9 of them out, 9 or 10 out in the pod. And I brought 3 of those in to go through, and that I've already gone through once and, thought, okay, I'll put these away for later. And so now I'm thinking about doing a book sale. So I brought some of those in, and I might get the rest of them too. But anyway, so this was one of the books that was out in the pod. Most of the stuff that's on the desk is this is actually just an old table that I've had for a long time. Um, this is mostly stuff that was in the garage. That's right here in the front. That stuff was in boxes from the bookstore. So, but anyway, I thought this was really cool. This stamp album, and so since it's in a binder like this, I thought, well, it would be kind of cool to maybe split these out and, sell these, um, in like packs of 20 pages or something or whatever. And that way, maybe I could use some of them too. So I haven't decided exactly what I'm going to do with that one, but it goes in the I want to keep some of it pile. I thought this was adorable. This our baby's for 7 years. And of course, I thought about Carla. And I just thought this was really super cute because of all of the really cute little illustrations and stuff in here. So, and I just installed this software for my webcam on my laptop, and so it might do some funny stuff. So sorry, you guys. And plus, I'm out here with just like a table lamp, and I don't have like super great lighting in the garage. So anyway, so this is in my not sure what I want to do with it pile, but it's going there with the stamp book. And this little, you just find some of the weirdest stuff, right? The Romance of Rubber. And this is like a little pamphlet. I gotta put my glasses on. Hold on. The Romance of Rubber. And I don't know. I just like the cover, I think the cover is cool. And, some of the imagery inside is kind of interesting. So, I would definitely keep it. There was this little piece of grid paper that had, some tape on it at some point. So I thought, well, that's kind of cool. Anyway, so this is going to go in my to sell pile, right? So that's what's up there. This I probably will keep because, I might want to keep it. And then there was this pack of Thanksgiving stationery. So that'll go in the to sell pile because I don't think I would use it, but you never know. Somebody might want it. And then this is a volume library. Said 1930. Someone wrote 1930 on there. I don't know if that's right or not. Yeah, it looks like the most recent copyright is 1930. So this is just, you know, it's like an encyclopedia. It's just all kinds of different information. Lots of biography stuff. There's math stuff, science stuff. You know, there are some stories and stuff in here. It's just one of those kind of all-inclusive type of encyclopedias. And it's in actually pretty decent shape. You know, the cover is really nice, actually. So that goes in the to sell pile. I guess I can show you guys what's in this stack. So this stuff all came out of the boxes. So there's this complete French course, and this actually, wait, to here, this was in my to keep pile. And of course, and I know somebody's going to ask me about this book. And it is pretty cool. I think I would like to actually keep it and make a journal out of it at some point. But yeah, it's a really pretty cover too. So anywho, sorry, I didn't really mean to show that to you guys. And then, well, I mean, you know, I don't want somebody to get mad at me because I decided to keep it. I'm just saying. But this is a spelling book, and I just have a thing for old textbooks. It's just like there's a stack of them right here that actually came out of the boxes, and I haven't decided which ones I want to keep and which ones I want to share. So yeah, there was actually a good number of them. So that was cool. But yeah, I mean, I guess, I don't know. I shouldn't say that kind of stuff. You know, if I'm going to show you guys what's in these boxes, obviously there's going to be stuff that I want to keep. So that, so there was a whole bunch of maps in one box, and there's a lady who does clean outs for realty companies here in town that I've kind of hooked up with. And so she knows what type of stuff I like too. And so I actually got a few boxes of stuff from her also yesterday. She's friends with the guy with the bookstore, but and she used to work at the bookstore. So now she does clean outs and staging. So anyways, there was this big box that had a ton of maps in it. So I just pulled out some of the ones that I thought were older and were in good condition and that kind of thing, just to see if I want to try to use some map pages in some of my journals. And then the rest of the stuff that I didn't want that was in the boxes from her, I put that all into one box, and I'm going to offer that box for sale. So you'll get a chance to see what else was in there. And then this little, my little Pictionary, I will probably sell this one because I have a couple others of those. I wanted to look up this book before I decide what I want to do with it. The Brownies in the Philippines. And I kind of read about it just in the book, but I want to do some more research on this book, because I know that, yeah, see, there's a whole bunch of other books that are, you know, in like the series, and I just want to know more about it before I decide what I'm going to do. But I thought it was kind of a cool book. So that's in my I don't know pile. And then this one, DuPont, the autobiography of an American enterprise. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you just don't know what you're going to find. So this is all about DuPont. And there's some, I thought this would go into the sell pile for sure. So, you know, I mean, you just never know what people are going to be interested in, you know. And then this is a Golden Book Picture Atlas of the World. There was a couple other ones too. So this one, so that goes into the sell. And then this was kind of cool, 40 documents of the Freedom Train. So it's got like they're just copies of all these, documents, on like they're kind of like a cardstock weight paper. So probably like the Constitution made. No, it's not the Constitution. But anyway, the Freedom Train. So priceless historic documents of our heritage and freedom. So anyway, so that's in the to sell pile. Wood frame house construction. It's, it's interesting. There's these kinds of diagrams and stuff like that I'm always attracted to that kind of stuff. And then this, what is it? P.G. Wodehouse. I thought this was kind of a cool book. Just, I don't even know what that is, but oh, it's either an illustrator or an author. I don't know. I should know this stuff, but I don't. Anyway, so yeah. And then there was some magazines. There's a couple of Family Circle magazines, 1959, and isn't that cute? So yeah, so these have lots of advertisements and that kind of stuff in them. So thought somebody would want those. And then this one, Every Woman's, lots of baby stuff in there. And of course it has the infamous Lysol ads. It's crazy. The F&B Patsy Family. Oh, and Related Types. I couldn't read that. So it's just like all of these dolls. It's like a doll catalog. So, and then these were in there, which I thought was kind of cool. How to draw cats, animals are fun, and how to draw dogs. So those will get put into a lot for sale. And I thought these were really pretty. I haven't done much with sheet music lately, but I have a stack. All of the music that I acquire, it just goes into one big pile. And then I make it into those bundles. 100 of the world's most beautiful paintings. So I thought this was really nice. This would be really neat to just make a bunch of envelopes with, with these oversized, well, I guess they're not oversized, but it's kind of an oversized book, So yeah, so I thought that was kind of cool. So that'll go in for sale. And there's some other stuff up here that, isn't extremely interesting, but this general science book is cool. It's got some neat stuff in it. But this one is one of my favorites. I actually have a couple of these. And so this one will go up for sale. This physics book. And I love that it has the like red illustrations in it, and then some of the text is in red. So I don't know if you guys can see that. Can you guys see that? Sorry, maybe I should turn the white balance back on. See if that makes a difference. I don't know. It's going to be a little glary because of that lamp. But anyways, this is a really cool little book. There's a book about bricklaying. And so when this was a collection of someone's books. And so a lot of times I'll find a whole bunch of books on the same subject, because that's what that person was interested in. And so then, it's like, okay, I don't know how many books about bricklaying I can sell. And so then it comes down to, okay, which ones, you have to expand your mind and think about, the potential for books. So I would look at the cover, and I think that there is some interest in the cover. I like the brick motif on the side. And then I think, well, it's kind of quirky, and it's in really good shape, and so it potentially is a really good cover for someone to use. And then, so I think, okay, well, that's cool. So it passed like that test. And then if I think that the the paper is nice. Like if the paper has a nice texture um, and that kind of thing, that's always a plus. And if some of the imagery is interesting, and I think that might look kind of cool on tags, or even some of the line drawings, if these things would add texture into a collage or whatever. Like I try to give these books as much of a chance as I can, you know rather than just saying, yeah, I don't want it. I really do, because, well, for one thing, I bought them, and I bought them sight unseen, so I have no idea what's in these boxes when I buy them. So I am trying to get some of my money back, but I'm trying to give them another chance too. So anyway, so that's kind of what I think about. So this book, I decided, it is really nice paper, and obviously I wouldn't want an arm and a leg for it. It's not like some collectible, first edition or something, but it does have some really neat, um, like drawings and stuff in it. So I thought, okay, I'm going to try to sell this intact somehow, and then it's kind of the same thing with this elementary surveying book. It's a nice cover. It's a beautiful green, and it's in good shape. I mean, you could just put a book plate right there and make this into a beautiful gardening journal, and it has some of the same types of qualities as the bricklaying book. It's got all of these neat, like, illustrations and stuff, especially these ones in the back. And then look at those tables of numbers just get me every time. I like that more than an index, like, for some reason. This is cool. So, you know what I mean? So this one, I would try to keep it intact and see if somebody else wants it. Normally, I do sometimes get a lot of newer books, and that's okay as long as I think that they're kind of interesting. A lot of people like maps, and so I'm not particularly into maps, but I know that a lot of people are. And so this book, if I don't try to pass this on to somebody else, see, I think that's a really cool texture, and like almost a pattern, right? If I don't try to find a home for these books, they're gonna go to the thrift store, and the thrift store is most likely going to pass them on to a recycling center. So, and we all know the troubles that recycling centers are having. Other countries are now, refusing recycling from the United States because it's so dirty and it's so gross. So I think that repurposing, reusing is a much better alternative if possible. So anyways, and then, so I thought this was really cute, the Huckleberry Hound. I loved Huckleberry Hound when I was a kid. So I just thought, this is super cute. And I don't do children's books, not really. Some I do a little bit, but if somebody's doing a children's journal or something, this would be a great treasury of images and stuff. So that's in the try to find a home for it pile. Oh boy, the Norton Scores, an anthology for listening. So this is just filled with music. It's like the whole book, but they're all in this gray. Well, not all of them, I guess, but a lot of them have this gray so that like which part you're supposed to be listening for, I guess. I don't know. But it's like, okay, how much music can a person use in a junk journal, So I think, okay, who would want this? Who would want that much music? And not all of it is, like, beautiful. That's kind of cool. And how much could I sell it for? Who would want to pay shipping for a book that big? And it's not even anything like spectacular, you know what I'm saying? So this book, I will probably offer it in a bundle um, with a couple other books, and just see, like just to see and give it a try, doesn't hurt to ask. Excuse me. So this tables of functions, this book is really cool. If I didn't already have a bunch of books like this, I would keep this book because it just has all kinds of numbery things in it, you know. So this is definitely in to sell pile. History of the Future. I thought this one was kind of interesting too. It's got some great illustrations in it, and it's great for a junk journal, great for fussy cutting. Lots of just neat like graphics and things like that, I don't know. Well, that's weird. But you know what I mean? Like it does have some cool imagery in it. Colors, and I mean that would be really cool to fussy cut and use on a page if you're, doing something weird, right? Not weird, but you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. So this one did make the cut, and I thought, okay, I'll see if somebody else wants it, Oh, the New Encyclopedia of Modern Sewing. So, lots of people are into sewing. A lot of people make sewing journals and that kind of thing. And this one is a nice one, and it's in really good shape. It's a beautiful cover. I mean, it's just a gorgeous cover. It's like a kind of like a sky blue. It's not coming through on the camera very well, but if I'm going to do a book sale out here, I better work on my lighting. And then this is, so I'm definitely going to try to, sell that one. And I don't do sewing journals. I've done them, but not really. So this is an engineer's handbook, general engineering handbook. And let's see, 1940. So, it's nice. Like, it's a leather cover. So I think that would be kind of neat to, gut it and make it into like a soft cover journal. And then, plus you've got all of this cool, like, engineering stuff. It's real thin paper. This might even be cool to alter, where you would tear out like 2/3 of the pages and make that into like an art journal. Okay, and then this Europe and the USSR. These are cool, they have great paper in them. It's a nice heavy cottony type of paper, and so I usually will try to pass these on, just because I know that lots of people do like them. And then these little guys, these little, like, what is it, like Hallmark books, lots of people really like these. And so I always keep these and at least offer them for sale, rather than just saying, well, no, nobody will want that. Just because I don't want it doesn't mean that I think other people wouldn't, And this one is really cool. This Reader's Digest Reading Skill Builder. It's neat. It's got all these little, like, little stories, and, it's like a Reader's Digest for kids. And, like relatively older kids, It's just so funny to me how much things have changed from that era till now, like people, like children were actually interested in this kind of stuff, Anyway, so then there's these little pamphlets about silver, and this one's about the spoon. So I thought, somebody might like those. And then these asphalt useful tables. So like, depending on like the depth and stuff, and gallons asphaltic materials required at various rates of application. Like, how many gallons of asphalt do you need to cover blah, blah, blah at this thickness and whatever. Anyway, so there's a couple of those. This is kind of a cute little notepad. It's got a whole calendar in it, 1952. And yeah, and the dates and stuff. So I thought somebody would appreciate that. There was one of these books had a whole bunch of military stuff in it. And oh yeah, I put a bunch of it in the box of the things from the girl that does the clean outs, the stuff that I didn't really want to try to, I didn't want to deal with it, basically, is what it was. So I just put it all in a box. But a bunch of that military stuff is in there. But anyway, so these types of things, these little like manuals and whatnot, I usually put this stuff in with my like pamphlets. Okay. Because, I have a thing for pamphlets. And, at some point I may just put them into a bundle, like with some other stuff. So that's probably where these are going to go. This stuff, like this, I could put this in my book sale as a bundle right here, So this stuff, it has value, and I will keep it to sell, Home Life in Colonial Days. This is like, well, it's kind of self-explanatory. It's a lot of text, but there are some interesting images in here, like this lady sitting at the loom. Some artwork. It's all in black and white, I think. So, and then every time you go to flip through a book like this, it always misses the pictures. So anyway, so it's kind of interesting. Oh, it was a library book. And I think the cover is nice. That's the other thing, is this, I love this cover. So, if nothing else, I think this cover has some value because it's just a really, really pretty, like motif and stuff on there. And I think it would be a really nice, maybe a sewing journal or something like that, Anyway, so I'm not trying to sell it right now. I'm just saying, so that's why I decided to keep it. Plus I love that sticker on there. So, okay. Let's see. So these were in the garage, or not the garage, in the pod, to look at selling later. So this is one about mandalas. And, I'm not particularly into this type of stuff, but I know a lot of people are. And I think it's a really pretty book. Like, I love some of the images. It's just, I don't think I would use them in my journals, but you never know, like somebody else might. And then the classic ballet, same thing. Like, and so then, by the way, I will probably discard this. I don't think anybody wants that, So that'll go in the recycle bin. Sometimes there's like weird stuff in these books. You never know. So that's like a little cheat sheet for ballet. So this was kind of neat. I thought I liked the format of it, and I like the imagery. It's kind of redundant. Like, there's a lot of the same thing, but if somebody is into ballet or they are into dancing and or even opera and stuff, like this might be a cool resource for somebody. And I liked the cover also. I just think the cover is really nice. It's really sturdy, and it would be a nice format to make into an art journal. So I kept it. I almost always keep any art books, especially, like coffee table type art books, to offer up. I do have a couple of people that are really interested in art books, and so I try to be aware of that. So this Bruegel book I thought was really cool. And look, it's a discard from a library. I mean, how can you just discard it? So, I mean, it's not really my favorite style or whatever, but it does have obviously, historic importance. And look at all of these gorgeous, reproductions of this artwork. It's amazing. It's just beautiful. These are old masters. So yeah, I mean, the more I flip through these books, sometimes it's like, oh, I want to keep this book, but I don't know if I have room to keep all the books I want, right? So anyway, and the cover on this book is not perfect. Like there's some damage there, but this is a big, heavy book. And if it was on a bookshelf for a long time, the weight of the book would start to, damage it after time. So anyways, it's a keeper. And then there's a Chagall one too. That was a discard. Beautiful. I love Marc Chagall. So yeah, so there's this one, so obviously I'm going to keep this to offer up for sale. Just beautiful. Look at that red. It's intense. Blue. Anyway, so that one. So those are keepers. Those were from last year. And then Needlepoint Design. Again, this is not an old book, but it is a nice book. It's a nice cover, and it has really cool images in it. Somebody could find a lot of useful material in this book. Look at that. It's cool. It's cool, right? And lots of neat. Well, where's that one? This is one of my favorite images. Where'd it go? This one. Yeah, see, it's cool. For lots of different reasons. It's so weird. There's like these crystals and then a shell and a flower and a dog. None of that stuff even remotely relates to each other or that, Anyway, so it's kind of quirky and weird. So that was why I liked it. And then the Quick Quilt Making Handbook. And I like this one because I like the text. I think the kind of just like typewriter font is nice. And also I thought if somebody really is into quilting, this might be a nice book to have, and then Rome of the Caesars. So this is just a book about Rome and all of this architecture and that kind of stuff, right? Automatically, when you start talking about architecture, you always talk about the Romans, right? So, and it's valid, it's this book, like it has some good subject matter, and the paper is really nice. It's really nice, thick, kind of semi-glossy paper. It's a softback book, but you know what? I'll put that in a bundle with some other stuff that's kind of similar, and who knows? And then this book was really cool. This is a photography book. And photography books are always neat because you never know what kind of imagery you're going to see, I mean, some of it is amazing. It's just lots of cool, good stuff in there. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? It's so pretty. Look at this foot. So yeah. Anyway, so this is a, that'll be offered up. Oh my God. Okay. There's just some art books. The Artist Manual. This is, I pulled this out and put it in a box to save for later, for now. I love art history books. I always try to offer art history books if I can, just because they always have really good material in them. There's a book about stenciling, so why not? And it had really pretty like flowers and all these cool little patterns and stuff that you could copy, and I don't know. I like to at least offer them, There's another one on artist materials, Handbook of Artist Materials. No, it's like reviews, like light fastness and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, that one's kind of boring, but anyway, so let me go through a couple of these boxes that I have not looked in. So we'll see these together for the first time. Okay, so fun collectibles from the 50s, 60s, and 70s. So this one could be interesting. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh, look at that thermos. That is cool. Oh, it's a basket. Plaid metal picnic basket with thermos and hooks to hang on car seat. That is so cool. They used to do such cool stuff back then. All right, so this is a keeper. Fun collectibles. You know, somebody's got to want that. And I always keep these little Betty Crocker books because these are cool. You know, these make great journals. It's a really nice size. You can easily take this out, the spiral, you know, out and make that into a nice little journal. Kitchen scrapbook. Oh, look at that. It's all blank. Oh no, there's some recipes. This is cool. Look at, there's all these handwritten recipes. Candy, cookies, desserts, lemon sponge pie, fish, meats. There's not a lot of written recipes in here, but there are some. This is really cool. This is a neat little book. So yeah, that'll be for sale most likely. This Betty Crocker's Picture Cookbook. It's a binder, the 5-ring binder. This is one of my favorites. This particular one. I love these. And I love the dividers in this binder. This is one of the old ones. They reproduced this book. Yeah, this one's from 1950. So, yeah, and it has looks like it has some other recipes and stuff in there. Yeah, somebody has added to it some newspaper clippings and things like that. So, you know, the spine on it is not super great because these are so heavy. It's not in perfect condition. But you know what? You could easily just cut that off, make this into a ring-bound journal, or, you know, rebuild another spine for it or something. I mean, it's worth trying to save it, you know? Okay, what's this? Site planning and design for the elderly. See what I mean? Like, you just never know what you're going to get. So this one, to me, it really just does not have any interest at all. There's nothing about this book that I'm even remotely interested in. So, and I don't think anybody else will either. I could be wrong, but I doubt it. Okay, what's this one? See, somebody was probably a landscape architect, right? Okay, Time Saver Standards for Landscape Architecture. And it's a gigantic book. I'm trying to find something interesting that'll make me want to keep this book. It's just very... There's nothing really interesting in here. There are some pages that are interesting, but there's not enough of them to make this so that someone else would want this big gigantic book. Nobody's going to want this book. You know, I mean, it's a glossy cover. It's really hard to glue fabric onto this type of material, onto that type of cover. You could paint it, I suppose, like you could sand it down and you could paint it. But I'll tell you what, I'm going to donate it to the thrift store, and somebody can come into the thrift store and find this book and say, okay, that's what I'm going to do with it. I'm not going to stress myself out trying to sell this book because I just don't think it's worth it, to be honest. Now, if you watch this video and you go, oh, Jessica, I love that book, I'll sell it to you. I'll sell it to you for $1 if you pay shipping. Okay. So yeah. Anyway, that's just how I think about it, you know? Okay. A Guide to Site and Environmental Planning. Okay. So now this one, the cover is okay. Like, it's a real deep blue. Now let's see if it has any interesting stuff inside. Not really. I really don't like landscaping books that much. Yeah, I think I'm going to give somebody else a chance to find that book at the thrift store. Okay. The Cartoon Guide to Genetics. Okay, this is kind of interesting. But it could be fun. I don't know. I guess if you were trying to teach somebody about genetics, this would be a good way to do it. I don't know. I'll think about that one. Okay. Color Atlas of Human Anatomy. Ooh, this is interesting. I usually keep medical books and books like this to offer for sale. And I usually will put them into a bundle and then, offer them together, like 2 or 3 books that are kind of like medical or anatomy or whatever. I'll try to find some other books that are similar to that to kind of pair it with. So this is a binder. It's a cookbook. Hunt's 100 Years of Great American Cooking. How long is this video? 42 minutes now. So it's a smaller 3-ring binder. I know lots of people, well, this is kind of nice. I like these notes. I like some of the drawings in here. I think other people would like those. Some of this stuff. The divider pages aren't very thick. Like they're real kind of lightweight, but they are glossy. And then there's more of these note pages. I'm going to put this, it's a nice size. Like it's really a nice size for someone to potentially make into a journal. I don't know if you could get that page out of here. It's just under like a layer of plastic over the front. So I don't know. I mean, somebody could probably paint it or something. I'll put that in the pile with the genetics book. The Crockery Pot Cookbook. So in order for me to keep these, they have to be amazing anymore. I used to keep a lot of them, but there's so many cookbooks in the world. They're just, I just can't. I really can't. I made the mistake of telling him that I loved old cookbooks, So now it's like I get all the cookbooks he comes across. And I've kind of had to like start retraining him and say, okay, I don't need any more cookbooks. Anyway, so this is going to go to Goodwill. Price Guide to Plastic Collectibles. See, now this one was like this one. See how this one is all in color and it's kind of fun, If this one was like that, I would definitely want to keep it or offer it up for sale. See, like if that was in color, that would be awesome. But I mean, those are kind of interesting images and stuff, So I don't know. Maybe I'll bundle it with this one. And then if I find one more that would be kind of similar, maybe I'll put them all in a bundle together, Maybe with the genetics book. Okay. Site engineering for landscape architects. See what I mean? Yeah. I don't want these because I told him I liked botanical stuff. So now I get architectural landscape books. Anyway. Oh, color drawing, design drawing skills and techniques for architects, landscape architects, and interior designers. This one might be interesting. I'm going to keep an open mind. Okay, so that's nice. That's nice. This is kind of cool. Like that would be neat. This might make a good art journal. That's what I'm thinking. It may have potential as an art journal. Okay. Because I think a lot of these pages have enough interest already that they would be a good jumping off point. Like that's the cool thing about junk journals for art journaling, I think, is because if you have that like blank page syndrome, white page syndrome, you know, where it's just really hard for you to get started on stuff, these are good books for that. You know, where there's just a little something on the page that is kind of interesting. There's a little bit of texture and color and you know, pattern and stuff already there. So, you know, you could just take it from there. You know what I mean? So this one I will keep and offer it for sale. Okay, landscape graphics. This one's going to be this. Oh, maybe not. Okay. It's a little better. It's a little bit better. Okay, it has, I like the fonts. I like some of these drawings. I like that. I like some of this stuff is cool. I like these fonts. The lettering. Some of this stuff is interesting. This is cool. Like that would be a great, like these would be neat to cut out. Plans, concept. A lot of these words would be neat to cut out for a junk journal or an art journal or something. Okay, so I'll keep that one. Planting design. Okay. See, I do try to keep an open mind about stuff. But, you know, if there just isn't anything there, then, you know, I can't make it be there. It has to give me something, you know, or I just can't work with it. Otherwise, it's just paper. Like, really, that's all it is just paper. So this one is okay. Like, it's not as great as, it's not as good as this one. I'm not gonna try with that one. That one was kind of like on the edge. Okay, landscape architecture construction. Oh, okay. Common nails, carpentry, and I love carpentry, like writing. Okay, this is nice. I like all of these kind of graphy type of things. This would be good collage fodder. The paper is interesting. It's kind of like, it's relatively thin, but it has a little bit of tooth to it. Almost like a pebble kind of texture. So let's see what the cover looks like. Okay, so, oh, that's great. That's nice. See, it's just a blank blue cover, you know? So this would actually be a nice book to repurpose, to make into an art journal or something like that. So I will offer that one up. Okay, so that was one box. Let's do another box. Isn't this fun? Okay, we'll do one more box and then I will let you guys go. But okay, wait, let me take a drink of I'm drinking a soda tonight. Okay. Wendell Textbook of Histology. It's like a really beige cover. So with this kind of thing, I think, okay, first of all, this is going, I don't know. That's actually not too bad. That part is kind of interesting, but whatever. Histology. Wow. Okay. So it's a medical book. Oh, that's kind of cool. I will put this in the medical book pile. There's about 40 books in that pile right now. So that person, I'm going to actually put these over there right now. That person knows who she is. There's one person. Tobacco Road. There's actually a couple people, but one in particular I'm thinking about. Tobacco Road, Erskine Caldwell. So this is just a novel. It's a novel. The cover is in really terrible condition. Like it looks like a truck ran over it. And see how it's all wrinkled and stuff? Can you see how it's all wrinkled? Yeah. So I'm not gonna deal with that one. Intramural Sports, the organization and administration of intramural sports. And this is a nice cover. It's a linen cover. It's nice, glossy, kind of heavy paper. This book is really heavy. It's okay. Like there's not really anything that exciting in here. 1949. Excuse me. I need to think about this one. That one will go in my to think about pile. Okay, so this is a novel, Lady Baltimore, and I told him that I really like, just novels that have really pretty covers too. So this one, I'm going to say I'm going to pass on it because it's completely warped. The whole cover is warped, and I wouldn't want to make a journal out of it. There's just, and it really doesn't smell very good either. It's got mold and stuff smell to it. Yeah. So no thanks. Okay. This is a Baldwin's Reader, 4th and 5th years combined. So this is an old Baldwin's Reader. So this will go in the textbook stack. Spanish. Berlitz Self-Teacher, Spanish. Somebody was asking me about Spanish book. Oh, no, it's German. Sorry. I usually keep foreign language books to see if anybody wants them, and I'll usually like try to bundle them together, like maybe a Spanish, a German, and a French together, or like like 3 German books or something. So I'll hang on to that and offer that. Physical education syllabus, Whitworth College. Some of these little drawings are kind of funny. I don't know. I don't want it. I don't want to deal with it. Okay. Pacific Lutheran University, 1890. Is this a Dutch book? Yeah. So this is like a Dutch textbook. Huh. That's cool. Okay. I'll keep that. And I will keep this cover with it. Okay. So that'll go with the Spanish book. Discovering Mayaland. A guide to the state of Yucatan for the traveler and sportsman with maps and illustrations. It's got really kind of cool text in it. It's real, it's like, I don't know, it's kind of like really small. This paper is really nice. The paper that's in here. Obviously it's in here, Jessica. It's nice, thick, kind of beige color paper. So this might be kind of interesting. The cover is not terrible. Like, it would be kind of a strange junk journal, but it could be totally junky and cool, you know? So I'm going to keep it because it has some neat qualities, the paper and the text. The Complete Golfer. Okay. Yeah, this is just a bunch of reading, a bunch of text about golf, and no thanks. Let's see. The decorative designs of CFA Voisey. Ooh, this one's pretty. Ooh, I like this one. Okay, I better keep this one. At least for a little while. We'll see. Oh, boy. Handbook of United States Coins. Okay, that can go over there. Art Through the Ages. Another copy of Art Through the Ages. This one's a little newer, I think, than the other one. Art history textbooks are great. There's just so much stuff in them, you know? And they always go through modern art, right? So, well, usually, and sometimes that stops like with in the 20s, but that Gaudi. I love this. That's an apartment building. It's really cool. Anyway. Okay, so another art history book. Okay. Another book for coins. United States coins. It's nice, heavy paper, and it wouldn't be a terrible cover, you know? So if I wind up with like 14 of these, you know, I don't know. They're all the same size. These may wind up just getting gutted and then the covers put into a box. I've got like 5 boxes over there of books waiting to be gutted to harvest the covers. Okay, the How and Why Club. So this is a cool journal cover to me. This just seems like a nice cover for a junk journal, like a personal journal. So it's a reader. I don't think I've ever had one of these before. Yeah, so it's like a science reader book, you know, because it does have stories in it, but it's also like a textbook. So this will go over here for me to decide what I'm going to do with it. Oh, look at this. Okay. Classics for children, a third reader, a second reader, a first reader. Oh, there's 2 of the first one and 2 of the second and 1 of the third. So, classics for children. A first reader, this one, 1897. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, that's pretty. Oh, I like this one. Oh, I like this one. Look at the little chicks. Okay. So there's 2 of those. 2 of the first reader. These look different. I have to compare those because that one looked like it had different pictures in it. And this is a second. So these are nice. These are really cool. Oh, these are from Helena. Look at that stamp from the medicines, toilet articles, stationery, cigars, school books, etc. Oh, these are yummy. Okay, so I have to just look at the third reader real quick. Yeah, these are nice. I love these. Okay. So probably what I'll do is I will keep a first, a second, and the third, and I will probably sell a first and a second. Okay. That's probably what I'll do. Yeah, so there was some cool textbooks in that batch. So that was the second box that I had pulled over here. And I'm just trying to see real quickly. There isn't a lot. There isn't a lot in here in this last box. That there was an ideals book, friendship. So that'll get put up for sale. Physics textbook. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It's not terrible. What's this one? Oh, this one was a hymnal, I think. Yeah, I sort of looked through this box already. Yeah, this is an old hymnal. Okay, so that'll go in the hymnal pile. Look at that cover. It's cool, huh? Born in a Crowd. Okay, this one is going to get gutted. That one will get gutted for sure. Crafts of the North American Indians. You know, there's not much in there that I think is all that interesting. General Foods Cooking School of the Air. Okay. So this would be cool to add to kits. Pages from this. Okay, it's missing the cover, but it's really neat paper. And this is obviously a really old cookbook. So I will hang on to that and put this in the pamphlet pile, okay, with the pamphlets and stuff. So anyway, I'm just going to finish going through this box. And yeah, so I just thought it would be kind of fun to share with you guys. Oh, this is cute. Look, it has this carrot on the front. This is kind of like, I bet that would just come off real easy with just a little tiny bit of work. If nothing else, it could be covered up with some fabric or something. But look at that carrot. It's super cute. This is a cute little book. So that'll probably get gutted and keep the cover. Ichthyology. Oh, that's like the study of like fish, right? Disease in fish. Oh my God. That's a really pretty cover. I love just like the fish. Like you could somehow cover that up, you know? This would be a good candidate for a cover. Chinese cooking. Nothing interesting there. Oh, the Watkins cookbook. This is cool. That's a keeper. Pamphlets. How to get the most out of your sunbeam, blah, blah, blah. Okay, those go with pamphlets. This one on bread. And this one's okay. It has interesting text in it. It's okay. I don't know what to do with it. I'll put it in the think about pile. Royal Canadian Air Force exercise plans for physical fitness. Okay, so that'll go with pamphlets. Some kids books, a Christmas book. Oh, my poetry book. This is cute. If the pages are in it still. Yeah, it's a wonder book. Okay, so there's some cool kids books. Aesop's Fables. Is this just the cover? No. Okay. So that's cute. Pictorial price guide to metal lunch boxes. Okay, see? That's what I'm saying. So where's those other books? Okay. So these will be a bundle, right? The fun collectibles, plastic collectibles, and the children's lunch boxes. So these will go in my sale as a bundle for I don't know how much. Care of Postmaster. I don't know what this is. I'm not really interested in this book, and I don't want to gut it because I don't even like what was on the cover of it. I really don't like military stuff all that much. What is this? Dinosaur. I have a hard time with dinosaur books. So I usually pass them on. I usually just pass on them because I've never run into somebody who's like, oh, if you ever get dinosaur books, save them for me. So if there is somebody that's interested in dinosaur books, let me know. I'll give you all the dinosaur books. Music of Many Lands and Peoples. It's like a silver cover. It's kind of neat. Oh, it's all music. Okay. So this one I won't put in the stack of music, like sheet music and stuff. This I'll just offer up as a book for sale. Okay. And then aviation weather. Oh, this one has kind of fun stuff in it. It's okay. Yeah. I mean, this would be good to put with a bundle for, with other books. College typewriting. Intensive course. Haha. Oh my God. Okay. Yes. I love typing books. Like all of us love typing books, right? 1955. So this will go with my collection. I'm just saying. Okay, this has got to be one of the absolute ugliest Reader's Digest covers they ever made. I just think it's hideous. Anyway, I'll put it in the gut pile. To be gutted. Ford cars. Pamphlets. Oh, wow. Pamphlets about old Ford cars. There's like 4 of them. Oh, yeah. He told me he had pamphlets about cars. Okay. I don't want that crock pot thing. What's this? Car collector. I get car stuff too, and I just don't ever really know if I want it. Super Midnight copy film. Oh, wow. Wow. So it's like copy paper. That's cool. So you would put that in between if you're typing like an official letter or whatever. So you would put a sheet of that in between, the original and the copy, and, you get a copy. So anyway, that's really cool. I like that. I don't know what I'm going to do with that, but it's kind of neat. Okay. What's this? We're almost done. This is the last thing. Oh, this is some more copy film. It's another box of it. Wow. Interesting. If anybody's interested in some of this stuff, let me know. We can make a deal. Vacuum power shift at no extra cost. So this is a car magazine. Okay, so that's cool. And Dodge News Magazine, 1965. Okay, so here's what I'll probably do. I'll probably take that and that and that and like 2 of those. I'll put 2 of these in with my pamphlets and I'll offer these as a bundle, you know? So, okay, so that's it. Wait, one more little thing. What's this? This is my body. Oh, okay. All right. So, and I always put all my kids' books, all the children's books go like in a pile over here. Um, and then every time I do a book sale, I usually go through the children's books and I pull out like a selection of them. And, you know, sometimes people want some children's books, sometimes they don't. So, you know, but I keep them anyways, the ones that I think are cool. Oh, these are some little books that he had that I thought, okay, I might just make some more little mini journal kits, you know, that I did those before, where I gave you a little mini book in the kit also. So as soon as I have about 20 or so together, I might do that. This is in German. This is a German book, I think. Oh yeah, it's a German nature book. Oh, okay. I don't remember who it was that was asking me about German nature or German, you know, stuff, but I set this aside because I thought it was cool. So he usually has some books like this where he sells them in the bookstore, but and I always look, he has a couple of shelves where all the books are a flat price, each book, right? And I usually find a few there that I like. And so, so I'll pick those up, you know. They're not super expensive, but you know, they are like an individual book that I'm buying from the store. So they're not, you know, it's not like the boxes of books where sometimes I get some treasures, you know, and finding these really made me happy. So yeah, and some of these other textbooks. So yeah, out of 6 boxes of books from him, I wound up with all of these old textbooks. So that made it worth it to me. You know what I mean? So anyway, yeah. So thanks for watching, you guys, and feel free to leave whatever comments you would like to leave in the comment section. And I'll probably leave them there. Just saying. I've been getting some weird comments lately, so I have deleted a few, but anyway. Okay, guys. I love you. That's what I go through when I'm sorting out these books from the bookstore. So anyway, I thought you guys might get a kick out of it. And I will be doing my book sale from right here. And I'll try to do something about better lighting before I do that. So, okay. All right, guys. I love you. I'll see you soon. Bye for now.